Hi, Kathy here from Kathy's Cute Creations, and I'm holding this up because I have 1,000 things to say, but I want to direct it at these things first. So I have been working on some bow cozies, and I know this is crazy, but I've already made another little thing that I was looking at the other day. It's got some little odds and ends, and I'm thinking, I can't even remember how the heck did I make that. But the more I'm looking at it, I'm thinking to myself, well, shoot. You know what? If you got a bow cozy, now I don't know who gets them randomly from people that just make a whole slew or whatever. Now, mine are a little bit different, and mine are a lot stiffer because I make them different. Now, I think I showed a video one time how I made them, so I'm not going to be showing a video again. But I do like the rounded edges versus the pointed ones, because when you go to turn them, they're so much easier because you just literally stick your finger in and then push out. You don't need a little sharp tool or anything. And I'm going to show you. I had it right here on my table and I can't even find it. Hold on one second. I'm going to grab it. So I have a whole bunch of these because I did canning at one time. So it's just the lid and that. So I take this, okay? And when you've got your fabric and you're laying it down flat, let's pretend this is the fabric. Here's your piece of fabric. You take this here, you put it up on the edge, and you go right to the edge of it so you can feel it, okay? And then you either take your rotary cutter, if you're really good, and cut off the tip, or mark it with your pencil, pen, friction pen, whatever, and cut it off. And that's how it creates these little round edges on the bowl. Now, you do that step before you do any of these darts. So when your fabric, you cut your fabric. Now, when I make these, I don't use a template or anything. So I make mine out of the pre-cut 10-inch squares. And that's when I do the little curves. I cut them off and then I go from there. Or if I don't cut them off, then I wait until I've already sandwiched the whole thing. So I have the one with my batting and my stabilizer, because I use stabilizer. So I have my square, my stabilizer, my batting. I go ahead and I quilt it. Then when I'm done quilting it, that's when I'll do this. Because the next step is when you fold your fabric to make all your darts. You make the 2 darts on one side, fold it the opposite direction, you make the 2 darts on the other side, and then you're putting them together. And then you might be wondering, where do you flip it? Where are you making the inside out? Well, first off, don't do it on a corner, whatever you do, because you'll never get your corner round. So normally what I do is on my corner here, right about here, okay, you can see the corner goes to here and it stops and it's straight. That's where I back stitch, leave this all the way open. Now, not on the middle right here, but up here a little bit. So I have this much opening. And then when I push mine through, what I literally do, and I do this in assembly because for some reason, it seems to be a lot easier if you do it assembly, okay? So I take my 2 fingers, go into the fabric, and I go to the opposite end. So if the spot that's open is right here, and I usually do from the corner to the flat part. If that's open, I go inside and I'm grabbing this corner right here. And I'm literally pulling it out. Only this much is going to start coming out. And you're just slowly going to work it. I have even used my grips, believe it or not. I know y'all are thinking, oh my gosh, you're going to rip the fabric. You don't rip the fabric. This is pretty tough. This is 100% cotton. It's not going anywhere. The whole project is made out of 100% cotton. The thread, the interfacing, the batting, all of it is 100% cotton, because you can either put these in the microwave, and if you're one of the people that are very worried that yours is going to catch on fire, I can tell you right now, if that's what your worry is and you don't ever want to stick it in there, I can help you solve that. All you got to do is get it wet, because that's what the microwave is doing. It's pulling out moisture. Okay, so if it's bone dry, and that's why some of them, I've heard of some of them catching fire. Now, I've got a whole bunch of these and I've never caught one on fire. And I've always used it in my microwave. So I don't know how that's happening. But if you're worried, you can either spritz it with a spritzer, or you can literally put it underneath the sink and get it wet, like it just came out of the wash machine. Wring it out, and then put your hot soup or oatmeal or whatever you're putting in it, put it in the microwave and nuke it. Okay, it'll be damp, but at least you can get it out by grabbing the corner here and not get burnt by the bowl. Okay, Now, my microwave is like only 750 for the wattage on it because it's just a small one. And I usually make things on either 2 or 3 minutes. And I'm telling you, that is hot scalding for me. But I have never had to put water on my bow cozy, ever. But if you're concerned, that's what I would actually do. Okay? Now, I've never done one, I never made one sopping wet and wrung it out. But just to prove a point for myself, I have spritzed it to find out what it would feel like. And I spritzed it on the backside, which made it damp, but it didn't make it sopping wet. And I've spritzed it on the inside. It doesn't affect the cooking at all. Okay? It didn't dry my bow cozy out either. All right? So just so going forward, if y'all didn't know about that, that's what I would try. Okay? Put it in there empty to start out with, and you'll have an idea of what it's like. Because you can put these in empty. They don't have to have something in them to put them in the microwave. If you're going to want to try it out with a little spritzing. Okay? Just a little hint there. All right, so that was it for the bow cozies. And so this is why I wanted to show you this. So I got to looking at that other little thing. It's over there. Got stuff in it. I don't know what it's got in it. But I got to looking and I thought, oh my gosh, you know what you can do with this? If you didn't want, let's say you got too many bow cozies. Take the corner down just like this. Like that. Put a button on it. All 4 corners can have a button on them. Okay, so now it becomes totally different. And now you can put your clips in it or anything else you want. Or you can put a snap. It doesn't even need to be a button, but it could be a snap. Okay, just a hint for everybody that they feel like they have way too many bow cozies. All right, that's all I was going to say about that. And I have a whole bunch of projects in the work. Like I said, I can't show you. Now, I did want to ask you, has everybody been watching all of the Advents out there? I mean, there seems to be a flux of them this year. And I have already subscribed to a whole bunch of people that are showing the Advent. This one woman, I've only watched her a couple times. I cannot remember her name. I think her last name is Moore, but I'm not sure. She has boxes I've never even heard of, companies. And oh my gosh, a slew of them. And she's got something like 75,000 viewers or something. But it seems like everybody I watch is they've at least got the Missouri Star Quilt box. She has chocolate, some kind of chocolate box. She has, I believe she has, what's another one that she's got? The chocolate, I remember because she was making a comment that she figured out the price of her box and that each piece of chocolate was worth like $4 or something like that. And she goes, I'm telling you, they're not worth $4 a piece. So that means the chocolate isn't that good. It would scare me to get a chocolate Advent box because I only like certain chocolate and I don't like anything that's got like a cherry gooey thing inside, which my kids like, but anything that's got coconut in it, nope, can't do that. There's just too much out there that I don't like. And I don't like white chocolate either. So all those kind of chocolates would be wasted on me because I won't even taste them. So I couldn't even give you an idea of what they were like. But anyway, so she has a whole slew of boxes. I wish I could remember her channel name for you. I don't even remember her name. But then I found somebody else too that has stuff. And she gets not only the Missouri Star Quilt, but she gets little skeins of yarn. And I think there's a new thing out there where you can get a little package that's got a, which I would love to try. But I tell you what, I don't think I'm that good when it comes to, I don't know if it's knitting or quilting. I mean, crocheting. Now, if it's crocheting, I could probably handle it. But I can't do the knitting. I used to be able to knit when I was younger, but now I'm like all thumbs with the knitting. I can't even get it in my head with the, to read the directions or anything. Somehow the crochet comes simple, but the knitting doesn't. My body has a right down the middle. Yeah, you can do this. No, you can't do that. But anyway, so I watched all these unboxings. So I wanted to let you know. So the new girl that does a whole bunch of unboxings now, not just for the Advent, the Advent that's going on. Her name is, hold on, the Arkansas Gals. That's what her YouTube is. She does all kinds, not only fabric, like this, she does the like the Sew Sampler, not just those kind of boxes, but she does things like one box. And what was good about it is that she did these little dips, like for your chips and stuff. And the first box that she got was 6 little samples. And she put a link on her channel that you could go get them. All you got to do is pay for the postage. I think the postage was like $5 and something. I got them, and my daughter and I tried them out, and they were really good. And then I went ahead and got me a couple of the dips. They last a long, long time. I think mine said that if I put it in the refrigerator, opened, it would last until May of next year. And I got one that has like garlic or everything. That's what it is. Everything, like an everything bagel, but it's an everything dip. It is delicious. Then I got one with tomato in it. That one's delicious, but they have a whole bunch of different kinds. You can check out her website. And she does C's chocolate, that candy, or C's candy, I should call it. I shouldn't say chocolate. And she does the Missouri Star quilt, and she does a whole bunch she got. And she is so honest when it comes to what she likes and what she doesn't, because she got some kind of, it was an advent from New York, and I think it was the different shops had put together an advent. And we're on day 5, I think, is today is day 5, I believe. And, or else I haven't seen her video on day 5 yet, but she's had to spit them out. That's how bad some of them were. And I think for the first 3 days alone, she couldn't eat them. Then I think she got one that was tolerable, that looked like a little cake. And then I think one was some kind of health cookie or something. I'm telling you, just looking at it, they were like 2 smushed together. But just looking at that cookie, and I haven't had health cookies, and I'm sorry. My taste buds don't like them. Not at all. And she doesn't take a teeny weeny bite, which is what I would take if I was like, I'm not sure I'm going to like it. She takes like half the cookie. I mean, it was only like maybe about that big. But she took half a bite, and it's like, you're either going to spit that out or you're going to force yourself to eat it. And I wouldn't be able to force myself to eat it. Because if I really didn't like it, it's coming up voluntarily on me. But she is so funny with her reactions and her honesty. She's totally honest, I'm telling you. And lots of people wrote back and said, I think you wasted your money on that box. And it wasn't a cheap box. She did not get super duper cheap ones. But she did, which I found out, she went to Aldi's and got a candle box and I think a chocolate box, if I'm not mistaken. The candles come in little bitty glass. They're actually glass, little jars about that big. They're all different scented. They smell like they'd be wonderful. I haven't heard one little candle yet that I would think stunk. And she smells them all, and she tries to guess what they are, and then she finds out she smelt it wrong. But that's all right. Doesn't make any difference. So anyway, if you would like to check her channel out, and she does all kinds of boxing. It's not just, like I said, it's not all sewing. It's not all Advent, but she did get the Advents for this year. But she has a whole bunch of different ones. And then she gets mail from subscribers, too. They gift her mail. And one of her subscribers, has done a Advent for her. And oh my gosh, that lady is really kicking it out of the box for all the things that she's been getting from her. So check out her channel. She's called the look at this, I'm going blank. The Arkansas Gals. And she made the comment in her last video that the reason that was her name was it was going to be in her and her daughter. But she said after about 3 or 4 videos, her daughter said, nope, I'm not interested. So, but of course she's already kept the name, but that's all right. And her actual name is Andrea, I believe is how you pronounce it. I'm not quite sure. It's either Andrea or Andre or something. Every time I see the way that name is spelled, it's like I want to pronounce it different every single time. And I don't know what it is about that name. And it's a pretty name too. So I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got to say on today's video. So I'm going to try to put all my videos up, but I'm not going to be doing any kind of editing till later tonight because I'm up here trying to get some more stuff done. Okay. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you'd like. Make a comment if you would like. If you know I've got like 4 or 5 people I'm watching Advent openings right now because they are so good. Even if I don't like the product. And Arkansas Gals, I think she said she's been quilting and everything since, I think 17. I'm not sure. But she opened something the other day and she had which was the, and I don't even have one. Oh, shucks, I didn't think about it. I could have had one over here because I've got one in my kit. Actually, they come, I hate to say this, with the cheaper sewing machines. So if you got yourself a little brother sewing machine, it came, I've had it come with, I think, 3 of my sewing machines. But it's the little white thing, and it's the way that you thread your needle if you don't have a needle threader. And you use that. And when she opened it up, she had no clue what it was. But since she's still new, she doesn't know what a lot of the things are. So that was kind of funny too. But anyway, I've let this video go long enough. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Take care.